that went wrong. But welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to the first post day game live show with another win, because that's what we lately do at the start of the season. I think the last time we didn't win, I don't know. I remember Udinese, and that's about it. To be honest, that
Mhm.
might be the last time with Terio that we lost or didn't win a preseason opener. But we won a game 2-0 at home, so we kickstart the season in the best way possible, I guess. The 3 points, that's the only thing that matters, especially with a lot of players maybe leaving, maybe coming in, a lot of unknown. But we won. That's what we're going to talk about. Norbert, Malik, how are you guys doing?
All is good. All is good. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the players and all the fun stuff.
Yes, title charge starts now. I'm joking. But yeah, let's go. Let's dive into the fun bits.
I clipped that. No, but we'll talk about not the maybe oh my god, 2-2 Liverpool. Is that Thiago?
Was it? No
That'd be
way.
funny.
I don't know
No, it
how
wasn't
to.
Thiago. It wasn't Thiago. That would actually be hilarious if it was. Yeah, Liverpool are not good. Okay, forget about Liverpool. We won the game, obviously. I want I want to ask title charge, but Malik already said title charge, so he believes. But no, on a serious note, we did what we had to do, win the game. So I don't think anyone will have any complaints about that. That was a goal at the start, or that was my goal personally. Just find a way to win the game, and we found the way to win that game. So initial feeling, without going into details, what you will, Norbert, is that, like, do you feel that we start the season in a positive way? Start something to
Yeah,
build on.
yeah, definitely. Although the first 45 minutes was an awful lot like under Motta. Second half was somewhat better, and the squad is not good enough. But yeah, it was a good start, to be honest, and some idiotic players, especially Cambiaso, which is insane. But yeah, short answer is it was a good start, and it should get only better. I'm a little afraid what's going to happen against Inter, but that's for the future.
Yeah, I can't complain. A win. Start the season right. The other teams, Milan didn't start their season so well. So yeah, you shouldn't underestimate these first games. Should win. Still settling into the season and the rhythm and all. First half was very concerning, like you said, Norbert. Flashbacks to last season where we couldn't break down a low block, and yeah, that was just the theme for the rest of the game. But the second half really picked up, started to create more. And I always felt like if we just find the opener, the game would open up more, and that's what happened. So yeah, and I'm glad we were able to kill it off, although it kind of almost got nervy towards the end. But yeah, we did what we had to do.
I mean, you're right. Like, Milan lost to whatever you think about Milan. I think they have the backline is not good. It's worse than ours, definitely. But I think they have a good squad for one game a week to make life difficult for everyone, I believe. Um, but yeah, they didn't win, so that's a possibility, and that's against Cremonese, who are worse than Parma, or should be worse than Parma. I don't think Parma have that good of a squad, but they played Serie A last season. Cremonese came up, and they were not expecting to come up at the start of the season, so they kind of overachieved, but they did, and they lost. And I mean, I wouldn't be, I would like imagine coming on today and we're like, we lost at home against Parma, the season opener. I
Mm.
mean, all the scenarios that you might have lined up already now because you're skeptical about certain things, that would be like magnified by
Hmm.
1,000 times, because you actually did
Yeah,
lose a game against a team you cannot drop points against. So I mean, that is fantastic. That's a positive things. The positive thing, obviously, and there are many positive things from that game. But before we get individual and stuff like that, uh, the title of the show is Great in Game Changes, because I think, and it's ironically, the bench made the second half the approach is a bit different, but we usually do that. You know, a lot of the time, second half we step it up a little bit, and we move the ball a bit quicker. That's what happened. But I think the game really, yeah, we were up, but the game really changed when we made some subs. Now, the question is, because Tudor said it's a long season, you know, and everybody needs to play, and I agree with that. You cannot play the same 11 guys 50 games, you know, in a row. It's impossible. So I do get it. So the question is the bench important, and how ironically is that, because our bench is actually not good enough. Like, the depth is definitely not there, but they made, in my opinion, the difference yesterday. So the question is, was that by design, or is Tudor sitting here right now and being like, okay, maybe away to Genoa, to Inter, I might need to consider starting different players?
Yeah, I found it interesting that he started Kalulu as a right wing back, especially at home against Parma. I think it would have been a perfect game for Joao Mario. Yeah, I don't know what was the thinking there, but yeah, definitely the subs. Basically, the only subs that are quality came in. Joao Mario, I feel like in this squad right now is somewhat quality. Vlahovic, I still think that as a sub he's quality, and Koopmeiners as well. He was better than Locatelli. It might be controversial, but I think how he progresses the ball is a lot better than what Locatelli is doing. Locatelli is better defensively somewhat, but also Koop was good, and these subs definitely changed the game. I wouldn't say that much, but just enough that it was visible to me. And I just don't understand why Kalulu started as a right wing back. But other than that,
before I go to Malik, because you said it, I said I cannot understand why he played 4 center backs, and you know the comments were like, "Oh, but Kalulu didn't play as a center back." He didn't offer what a wing back should offer, in my opinion. So for me, it was 4 center backs the entire game, because like the difference when Joao Mario came in was that big that I'll make the statement again. We played 4 center backs, you know, because they did, like, he didn't function as a wing back, you know, because you had Kalulu, you had Gatti, you had Bremer, and you had Kelly. For me, on paper, it's not 4 center, but Kelly didn't function as a wing back as well. You know, we played before center backs, and that didn't help Conceição and Yildiz at all, in my opinion, completely. And it didn't help breaking them down. Like, we tried through the middle, too easy for Parma in that first half. And that is also because there was like no overlapping, absolutely nothing. Nobody taking a man away from you so somebody can cut inside. Like, there was no movement. I mean, it becomes difficult. At home, I think that's crazy. And I think you will never do that again.
Yeah, definitely. Also, Joao Mario, not just the movement, but his passing quality as well. We've seen it already during the preseason and yesterday as well. Big difference. So,
Malik, what do you think? The bench was that?
Well, honestly, in this squad, Joao Mario should be the starter at right wing back. I think we all know that, and when he came in, it was clear why. So yeah, Koop. I mean, we've known since last season that he's not a 10. Is an 8-6. So that just proved it yesterday, because he entered and presented himself very well. Same for Vlahovic. You know, fair play with. You know, we all have our opinions on him and stuff. I think it's well known, but you know, I mean, if he's here and he's scoring goals coming off the bench and doing the best he can, you know, what can we do? So I guess we'll dive into that later. But yeah, the depth of the squad isn't that deep. I still hope we can address that in the last 7 days we have. So yeah, but overall, like Joao Mario and Koop coming on really just switch the game on its head, like to a completely different direction. Which is good to see. You know, it's reassuring that you could have options like that off the bench.
The 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 like the decision to do that. Somebody said, to have. Well, I'll bring up the comment. Otherwise, it doesn't really make sense. Um, so I think Mario was kept on the bench to have at least some offensive sub apart from Nico. I understand the thought process a little bit, but I would understand that more against, I don't know,
Yeah.
Napoli at home maybe, or Inter at home. But even then, in those circumstances, I'm like, just go for it. Like, just go for it. That's my way. But if a coach doesn't do that, I can somehow understand the thought process behind that. But at home against Parma, no, like they didn't even try to attack. Like, let's be honest, they only tried to break out when we lost the ball in the first half. They somehow find a way to do that in the second half. Besides that Bremer save, they never managed to do that really. So they never had the intention to come and actually attack us, which is not a shock and is also not a criticism for Parma because, well, why would they? Let's be completely honest with that. I was shocked. That's why I said 2 minutes ago, I don't think he's going to do that anymore when we play Cremonese at home and those type of teams, because you're just going to put yourself in a difficult spot, especially in that first half. And you can go down from a set piece, a corner, a free kick, like it can happen. Then what? Then you're going to throw the kitchen sink at them, but it becomes more difficult. I'd rather, against those teams at home, you just go for it because you should be beating these teams at home. So that point, I think he will make different decisions in the upcoming games, in my opinion. But yeah, we talked about that. He made those subs. We'll talk about Koopmeiners and Locatelli and all those things. The first half wasn't good. Like we talked about it. Yeah, we had the possession, but we had absolutely no clue how to break them down for obvious reasons. Tried through the middle. I think Jonathan David in the first half. Well, welcome to Serie A. He struggled. Like, he really struggled to keep hold of the ball, which I was a bit surprised. In the second half, he did much, much better. So good for him. But that didn't help. You tried to play through the middle and he couldn't keep hold of the ball. It becomes completely impossible. There's there's no way you're going to break them down. Conceição, Yildiz struggled to break them down in the first half. And yeah, that's about it in that first half. Second half, we changed pace. I think we moved the ball quicker, even before we made some subs. And what I do find interesting is that he pulled Conceição to yield his side at one point in the game, and we actually scored in that instance because something needed to happen. And I tweeted it out. It's like, if one of those two players is not going to beat their guy 1v1, we're going to play 1,000 minutes. You're just not going to score today. It's just not going to happen. So it did happen. Makes the game much easier for us, you would think, until something happened. But those were the positives, in my opinion. Also, I think the fitness level was pretty decent. I've seen much worse for first day, and that's just me. The way we played the second half, I was pleasantly surprised, because previous seasons we couldn't do that. Remember Udinese? 3-0, whatever. The first half was good. The second half we were really, really struggling, So even against Como, to be honest, oh my God, that's Liverpool last minute winner. But I think those were the positives. Now let's go to the negatives, like working points. Let's call it working points. Let's start with Cambiasso, because the comment sections are talking about Inter and stuff. The not so funny thing is that he spoke about the mindset of this club and etc. The mindset is still a worry, because I thought when Yildiz did that against, was it Cagliari last season? Picked up that red card for no reason whatsoever. Now he does that for absolutely no reason whatsoever. And I'm not sure why he did that. I'm not sure what sparked that. I have no idea why he did that. But that could have cost you the game. For some reason, We scored like a minute after that, good. But 9 out of 10 times you don't score a minute after that. It doesn't happen. So you explain to me, like, what happened? Why? Like, it's not a one-off. That's the biggest worry as well. Like, it's not a
Yeah.
one-off. We've seen it the last 9 games that players lose their mind, like they're hacked completely. I, I have no idea why. Like, it was a calm game. Like, I have no clue why.
Yeah, we were up already, 1-0, and then I don't know. There was some shoving, and then he decided, okay, it's enough, and then he hit back. I don't get it. I seriously, like, especially when you get this much money, not to do this. Like professional players. I don't understand. It's really, yeah. Maybe Malik, something. Maybe you can say something. I can't, because it's
I don't know,
crazy.
man, because like when it happened, I just look up and I'm like, oh god, this is just off, and I'm like, a straight red that's gone for the Inter game, and it's just so needless. Like, I don't know, is it a lack of self-awareness, a situational awareness? I have no idea. But yeah, like, as you said earlier, 9 times out of 10 you don't score from that, and if you're only 1-0 up and like how long, 10 minutes left, you invite the opposition back into the game very easily. So I don't know. And like, the thing is, we've had the same issue like last season with Kalulu and Yildiz, and just the fact it carried over to this season with Cambiaso on the first match day, it's just so frustrating. Like, it makes me question the mindset of the group and the players. Like, you're professional. Like, you just realize the situation you're in and the consequences this could happen. Like, control your emotion a bit.
That's why when they talk about DNA, and like, I can, like, I need to see it. Like, you can hide behind the DNA words. Oh, he knows the club. He knows this. He knows that. It's easily to hide behind those words. When those things happen, it's impossible to believe them. Like, like, they come across very, they come across like they're just lying. You cannot build up the entire summer saying the mindset change, etc., and then you do this. You just cannot do that, and it costs you, because Kostic is going to play at least 2 games. Go back to my first point. The entire summer, people are like, oh, they're good backups. Well, your good backups now going to start against Inter. Somebody said, oh, he played well in 2020. I'm like, or whenever he played against Inter, I'm like, yeah, Paruin. Like, do we need to bring
Crazy.
Paruin back because he played well 5 years ago? Like, that's the issue. People are losing it. We're going to get steamrolled by Inter. Right now, I still think we're going to beat Inter at home. I don't care if they beat Torino. Torino are bad. Like, they have a relegation squad, in my opinion, and some overpaid players up top and in midfield. But it's costing you. It's costing you because right now you're missing a player, like an important player to the squad, who was playing well as well. Like, he had a good game, and then you do that. And
And
he's gone for at least 2 games.
he's not a young, inexperienced player
No.
anymore. He's a
Yeah.
national team player. There is no excuse. I just don't understand. He was supposed to be one of the quality players in this squad.
Yeah.
You can't do this. You
Mhm.
really can't. And he wanted to be a captain as well. Like, come on, he would never be a captain like this.
Yeah.
Cremonese trying to sign Jamie Vardy.
Oof. What?
That would be
I'd want to
really
see
smart.
that, actually,
That was random. But yeah, I mean, that is one of the negatives. That's just a negative, period. Like, you cannot dress it up like it's a negative point, because it's happening and now it's costing you. It can cost you, because that can be the difference maker against Inter, yes or no. Playing Cambiaso, yes or no. And he's not going to play. He's gone for at least 2 games. The bare minimum, he's out for 2 games. I think it will stay with 2 games, but it's 2 games, and that's just ridiculous, because it wasn't like, oh my god, he saved, he pulled somebody down, it was 1v1, he had to do it, he saved the result. No, he actually almost cost us a result. That makes it even worse. Like, that makes it much, much worse. And like Norbert said, experienced player, it makes absolutely no sense. If that was Rui's first minute in the first team and he does something crazy, I'll still kill him. But I'm like, yeah, I don't know what happened. Unexperienced, I guess. But that's an experienced player, and he saw it last season with Yildiz. And who else picked up a red card at one point as well? Well, like
Yeah,
Milik.
Kalulu.
it.
Milik.
Oh yeah, Kalulu
No,
against Lazio.
Milik was the season before, and like Quadrado the season, like 2 seasons. And we keep having this issue every season. Like,
Yeah.
it's very weird.
Yeah.
Why is there Arsenal news in the chat?
Arsenal.
Someone's putting
That's
exclusive
so
Arsenal
random.
news.
Because I think Arnau Martinez was
I
their,
think because where we linked with Arnaud
target.
Martinez.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
makes
but
sense.
yeah, wasn't Giovanni link, so that's not really a link, is it?
Every time I see Giovanni Albanese on the timeline, I just scroll past him.
Yeah, I ignored them today as well. But yeah, that's the negative. Period. Not working, like just negative. You messed up, and it shouldn't happen. It did happen, and until it doesn't happen anymore, I cannot take them serious when they talk about DNA and mindset. I just can't, because you're proving you're not that team, whatever you want to call it. So that's that. Let's move on to working points before we go to some positives I do want to bring up, or credit I want to give certain people and players. A big worry when it comes to that back line. We're all worried, and were they tested yesterday? Not really, in my opinion, because of the way Parma wanted to play. So we're not sure how they're going to hold up. And people, hit the like button, because we only have 24 likes. So smash the like button and subscribe if you're new. But that backline was a worry. We've seen all of them play yesterday, like literally. The only guy who missed was Rugani. But all of them play, and Cabal was injured. All of them play. So we can see what's what. And what's what is what I've always been saying. And it's not because of hating. It's just because of what I see. And what I see is, obviously, Bremer is in a league of his own. Like, it's scary, the difference between him and the other defenders. It really is. I thought Kelly had a good game, but again, wasn't really tested. So I'm gonna take it with a pinch of salt. I hope he becomes like Barzali-esque. You know what I mean? Came in, didn't look awkward, and then was unbeatable. I hope he does. But he wasn't tested that much. But I'll give him credit. He played a solid game. Kalulu, I thought he was okay, but in that position, you would look, okay, push forward. He's not that guy, so hard to judge him on that. Gatti, defensively, I cannot believe we renewed him for more money and didn't listen to offers this summer. I just, it doesn't, I cannot comprehend. I can't. Somebody needs to tell me, really, not he shows, like, real, like, tell me why he is a Juve player and we shouldn't have accepted, or we shouldn't have moved him on for about 30 million euros, which we would have got from the Premier League. We would have got. Why, Norbert, does the club believe in him? Because I have no clue. And again, I'm not saying he should be playing for Cremonese or teams like that, but he shouldn't be playing for Juve or starting. He cannot be trusted.
So, Grinta, he's from Torino, and he has the same headline as Chiellini. These are the three things I can mention. But other than that, he was pulled in the 57th minute for a reason, and Kalulu was
the yellow
put in
card
his
as
place.
well.
Yeah.
It was a very silly yellow card as well. Like, I remember that foul. Like, it didn't look like any danger. Then suddenly he got slow and fouled him.
Yeah. I told you guys, and I was expecting Kalulu to start, and I think he will start from next game potentially. And Gatti will be riding the bench. I just can't see him start. Tudor sees it. He could have pulled Kalulu as well, but he didn't. He pulled Gatti. So yeah, there is nothing. Gatti is a bench player. Potentially, he can play for a mid-table team, and that's it. I don't see it. I never saw it. So yeah. So we have one defender, and the rest is like meh to me. I don't trust any of those dudes. I trust Bremer, and that's it. and it's going to be a long season like this. And I hope Bremer stays healthy, because I was really worried. At some point, he was on the ground and he was holding his knee. I thought it's his
Oh
knee, but
yeah.
it wasn't. Yeah. So thank God for that. And yeah, and I can't believe we didn't do anything on the market to fix this, or trying to fix this. But it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, Gatti's soon gonna join the same haircut as me at this point, you know. But yeah, to me he was never a starter. Like even like you know when you do your predicted lineups for the next season and stuff, I always had Kalulu at right center back over him anyway. I just think Kalulu's better, and you know, even though Kalulu isn't really the best himself, but
Yeah.
Gatti is just like he's a ball of chaos. You know, you some games are just like yeah, when he's not on it, he's really not on it, which is most of the time. So yeah, I just wish we had another center back like at the quality of Bremer. That would just make me feel so safe. I really hope like we would have signed Renato Vega, but you know
Yeah,
our
that's
loss
just
is Ariel's gain, and yeah, that would have been nice to have him for this season, especially. I feel like him and Bremer would have been a cool duo, but here we are, and yeah, I just hope Bremer stays fit, honestly, because if he doesn't, we're gonna be in the same situation as last season, and the difference he makes is so clear. Like you know, you could tell just by the first game.
I mean, yeah, I've seen some takes about, oh my god, we're gonna pay, we're gonna, Malta will still be a job if Bremer, like we don't know, like what things happen now. It's done, and you just you just need to hope he stays fit. Like you said, when he was down, I think everybody was like, even the commentator, I was watching on an Italian channel, he was like, "Oof," you know, and like I think everybody was like, "Come on, get up, get up." It's nothing, but like he spoke about it, you know, at the beginning. He said it was a bit unusual, but he looked completely not out of place. Like he looked like he belongs there, and he does belong there, obviously. I saw people complaining that he didn't get called up by Ancelotti. Perfect.
I
You
love
know,
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
perfect.
good for us. Let him rest. Let him
I
Yeah,
love it.
stay
recover. You
here
know. Yeah.
instead of going to play with Alexandro in South America. That's mad. That's
And
actually
then
mad.
Danilo
Mad.
as well.
yeah,
He's
Yeah.
both still starters.
both
Crazy.
still there. Yeah.
I mean, that's that. You know, like, I agree. I think Kalulu will be the guy over Gatti. But then again, you know, you only have Joao Mario on that side. Like, who's like, yeah, he's injured or he's not playing. You're gonna play McKennie. Oh, you can do a decent
Savona
job.
will be
Yeah, but
key.
if you
Savona,
want
I
to
don't.
win stuff, I forgot about Savona. I'm not gonna lie, Norbert. You brought him up. I completely forgot about him. But he's also like the difference in style. You like
Yeah.
if Joao Mario plays or Kalulu, Savona, or McKennie, the idea, the way you want to play changes completely. That cannot be the
Yeah.
case. You at least need to have something. It's like, I don't know, like it's like you have Yield is injured and you have Mandzukic on the bench playing in that position. It's like
Oh yeah,
Mandzukic
Yeah.
can do a job, but
perfect.
the the idea, the way you want to play is completely different. You cannot go throughout a season with that. You know, it's impossible. You know, you have an idea of play. If you need to change it drastically from game to game, you're not going to go places, are you? Let really quickly react to the news because I still want to talk about the game a little bit. But Padula saying we're prepping a new offer for around 9 to 10 million for a loan, and then 50 for the obligation. And I think we paid 6 or 7 for the initial loan in January. 6, 7,
Yeah. It
something like
doesn't
that.
matter
Yeah,
to me.
something like 7, I think.
Um, is that overpaying? Yeah, it is. You know, I
Yeah,
think that's crazy.
absolutely.
I'm not gonna lie. I like Colomani a lot, but 70 million euros in total for Colomani is madness. Like I do agree with that. Like I thought it was crazy to pay 43 for Conceição, you know. So I do think that's crazy. I hope that's not the offer, because I mean that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. But then again, we are in a situation where what's next? You know, we left it this late. I see people
Yeah.
saying keep Dusan. You cannot keep
No,
Vlahovic.
no.
I will ask you this question because I have a feeling people are scared that Vlahovic goes to Milan and he does well. We shouldn't
Oh,
be
I've
worried
seen
about
that
Milan.
trend on Twitter a lot.
But we
I'll agree
shouldn't
the
be worried
coach. I'm
about
never
Milan.
be scared of Milan.
But like, even if it's Pep Guardiola, the coach, like, we shouldn't be, in my opinion, we shouldn't be caring what Milan is going to do with Vlahovic. We should be caring
Yeah.
what we are going to do. Period. If we do what we
What
have
he's
to
doing
do,
to us. Yeah.
yeah, but if we do what we have to do if Vlahovic moves on, he can score 50 goals for Milan next season. It doesn't matter because we will be doing what we should be doing. It's not good for him. Like, he got booed coming off the pitch. It's toxic. I don't agree with that, by the way. I don't, because we've had worse, quote unquote, players at the club who've done worse things and they never got booed. So I don't agree with that. He has a contract. If he doesn't want to leave, you don't need to boo him. Like, boo the club. I don't know what to tell you. But you cannot be scared because he scored a goal now. And it was a good goal. He set it up perfectly, and he is a good finisher. But he's without confidence. It's not working out for us and for him. For everyone's sake, it's time to move on. And if he goes to Milan, I hope he does well because I like Vlahovic. I hope Milan wins nothing, but I hope he does well. Like, I'm not going to hate on Vlahovic because he goes to Milan. I don't get that thought process. But we're going to overpay for Colomani because we have no other option. Or you don't buy anyone and you keep Vlahovic and you let him walk on a free.
Just if so, okay, Milan wants 2 strikers, so that they signed a striker. That doesn't really matter because they want 2, and it's keep coming back that Allegri wants Vlahovic so bad. So I have no worries that Milan will try again for Vlahovic at some point, maybe the very, very last day. But 22 million he's on brutto, gross, 22. That's insane amount of money. And if we get rid of even like half of that, because I can't see that Milan will pay the entire wages, it's a good stuff. So it's insane. I don't know. In my head, it's insane to think about keeping him is an actual thing. And if you think that it's good for the club, I'm sorry, it's not good for the club.
Yeah.
We want to move for Colomani. We want to move on. Honestly, he didn't lower his wages. He's by far has the highest wages in the club. I think 2 times even. And even in the Serie A, I think he's the highest paid player. So no, I'm sorry, Vlahovic has to go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I've had my mind set on this like from last season. Actually, like just let him go. Like, it's necessary for everyone involved, for us, for him. He doesn't, for the way he plays for us, he doesn't live up to that wage. So just keeping him on the books for one more season makes no sense financially. And him doing well at Milan, I don't care, man, honestly. Like, it's the same logic as like when Ken went to Fiorentina and he started scoring all these goals and everyone was like, oh, we should have kept him. No, like if Ken stayed, he still would have had the same fortunes or similar to what he had with us. And if Vlahovic, goes on and gets like 30 goals with Milan or something, that doesn't necessarily mean he would have got 30 goals like this season with us. He needs a change of environment. We need a different striker. I very much prefer Colomani to him. Like, it's a landslide for me. And it just makes sense to move on. Like, him scoring now and so scoring a couple and looking okay in preseason doesn't change the fact what needs to be done needs to be done.
And
how
also,
old is he? Somebody said he's not young anymore. How old
Colomani,
is he?
26, I think.
No, Colomani is like
old.
Colomani is 25, 26, I think.
Yeah, that's not old. That's
And
poor guy.
Yes, it's 20,
Then-
it's
then
20,
I'm-
26, yeah.
Then I need to retire. Like, I need to.
Bro,
26 years old.
at this point, then I'm gonna need to start retiring in a few years.
And also for me, I'm
3 more years and I'm gone. Then
I don't think that money is outrageous, to be honest, because also Paris Saint-Germain can't really sell him for less, because it's going to be a loss for them in the books.
it's gonna be a record-breaking loss because they paid like 120 for him or something. I don't know.
Yeah, over 90 for sure. I can't remember exactly, but
I don't know how
that was-
Frankfurt keep getting away with selling these strikers for so much. Like, he's good and all. Like, the strikers are actually good, but like, Oh my! I wish we could sell like them.
But yeah, so I think 10 mil now and 50 next year is actually good for us. And in this situation, we need a striker. We are in the exact same boots as we were when we signed Ken Moise.
I still think
because
he's
we need
bad.
a striker. Yeah,
I don't.
yeah, we
like, he
paid
could have scored
38 or
100
something
goals.
for him.
Yeah, that's the
Ken
point. We
did a
paid
lot.
38, and he was bad for us. And when he plays
Yeah.
for Italy, he's bad. Like,
Yeah.
like somebody's saying Vlahovic isn't going to Milan because they have a striker. If Vlahovic is going to Milan, it's because he doesn't want to leave. It's not because they got a striker, because they're moving on Jimenez to Como. See,
Yeah.
they
is
still
going
need
to Como?
somebody.
Well,
Yeah, and like,
Como will be
they
a
signed
force to
Sporting.
reckon with.
Como looked good against Lazio. I was watching the game. They looked really
They
good.
look really good. But also, they signed the Sporting backup striker. I mean,
Yeah.
very odd. I don't think Allegri's like, yeah, thanks guys. I think he's like, I still need my guy. Like, all good, but I need my guy. So let's see. Somebody said I will build Komoli a statue if he signs Kolo, Zegrova, and Salamakers. That's crazy.
Wow.
Your opinion is go on.
No, like, because I saw the link. Matteo Moreto said there were talks for Salamakers. Maybe I have my Jupiler Belgian Pro League hat on when I watch him over here. He's a boring player. Like, he can do a job. Yeah, he can be useful. He's boring. Like, he's not gonna move the needle. Like, he's not gonna improve us or make us worse or make us much. It's like he's a useful player. Like, I'm not gonna deny that. But if we sign Salamakers, is anything going to change for us this season compared to now?
Is he better than Nico?
I think he's better than
No.
Nico right now. I think he's better. Yeah, he's better than. He's more useful than Nico, but
gives
he's not
me
a
the vibe of like
boring.
another Kostic on the other side, you know.
He's better than Kostic.
I
Like,
mean,
he
yeah,
will
that's
add
not
more, but like, it's more work rate rather than like I never liked him. I couldn't believe he went to Milan in the first place. I couldn't like, even like in Belgium they couldn't believe he got the transfer. But credit to him, you know, he somehow made it work with, you know, some hiccups. So credit to him, but like, yeah, that's not a player I'm looking at all. Just take Vlahovic and that's it. So that's the answer on that question. I didn't even saw that question. Okay, I didn't see Jimenez news. People would like Jimenez at the club. I'm not so sure about that as well.
I think Allegri, the second he arrived, he said that he doesn't want Jimenez.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically,
Yeah,
it was
he
very
linked away
evident.
the moment the season started or preseason started.
Yeah.
Even if Vlahovic scored 10 goals, we still need to sell him and move on. I agree.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
like,
Yes.
time is up. You know, and that's it. I don't want to hear, oh, you can sign a new deal. No, like, it's done. Like, he's only signing a new deal if he wakes up. It's like, I'll take 6 million euros. It's not going to happen. So what is the point? You know, I don't get the point. And it's obvious the club won't call him money. So, who do you think gets more gross? Yeah, Jalo. And
before the new contract, yeah, it's Jalo.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said, I think we were like around 5 million euros we want for Besiktas, and somebody was calling it out. I'm like, just take it before Besiktas realize they're buying a pile of, you know what, he is bad.
So I think you accepted it, right? And he's the one he's thinking about.
You accept anything Besiktas offers. Like yeah. He's a defender, but he's one of the worst defenders I've ever seen at this club. He played a handful of games, but that guy is not a defender. I'm sorry. I don't think he knows what that means, defending. Like, he's that bad when it comes to defending. He will fit the Turkish league, though. He would. Because, yeah, defending there is not a thing. Okay, so we completely derail from the news, but there was finally some I don't know, movement, I guess. Did Lille play? Did Zegrova play for Lille?
No, Zegrova didn't play, no.
But he was on the bench, like he was fit.
Was he even in the squad? Because I remember like actively checking this just to see. He didn't.
Was it yesterday?
Yeah, it was yesterday. Lille against Monaco. He did not start, and he was on the bench, but he didn't come on.
Okay, so whatever the Lille president said it's a bluff. But
It did strike me
usually,
as a bluff anyway.
You know who started for Lille? Korea. Remember Korea?
yeah, I saw that. I
Oh,
saw.
Felix Correa.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
saw
god.
that. Somebody
crazy.
made a joke about that on Twitter. I didn't even know he was there. I forgot he was there.
I forgot.
Me too. Me too.
Okay, let's go back to the game really quickly because we talked about that. Conceição. I'm not going to speak about it because that's part of my video tomorrow.
Mm.
Orion, are you in the group chat? Yeah, you are not, right? No, he is. Let me know. Because there are a lot of new members, but they're never in the live chat, so I cannot get hold of them. But Conceição, you guys talk about it because when I do,
Mm.
people think oh, you are. Oh yeah, you are. I completely forgot. Apologies. Because when I talk about
Yeah.
people like, oh, you hate Conceição, I do not. Actually, the profile of player he is, I like. You know, when it's working. When it's not working, you wanna punch something. Like it's a horrible watch when it's not coming off. Like it's really bad to watch. It's frustrating. Everyone around him gets frustrated. He gets frustrated. It gets worse. So you guys talk about Conceição because close games and yeah, he's locked up. And
I start what I like. I like how he dribbles out of himself from our own half. I really like that. How he brings out the ball from these situations. Sometimes even to the opponent half, and that's about it. That's the only thing I like about him. He can't make good decisions in front of the box. He can't see clear pass lines. He sees it, but he won't do it. He has the ball for way too long. He misses opportunities because of that. Yeah, he can't win a one-on-one. When yesterday he had the perfect opportunity. When it's a low block, that's what you do. You win the one-on-ones, and then it's like how Yildiz had the first assist. Exactly what you do. That's what you do. He just can't do it. I'm really frustrated with him. And we talked about this, that we said we should not sign him, but he's here now, and he's still young. So I guess give him a chance, and we're giving him a chance. But let's see. Yesterday as well, he didn't play good, and apparently that's negative. But I think it's just how I see it. Honestly, I think he had a bad game, and I'm not sure. Yeah, the contest is maybe next game he will score 2, and that's the problem. Like sometimes he will do that and then he will disappear. So that's the issue. We will see.
Yeah, and like now, what's done is done. I had my opinions on signing him and like the pros and cons and everything, so I'll just repeat that, I guess. He's still very raw, and like you, Norbert, I'll say what I like about him. I think is a very unique profile. This very fast, tricky, dribbly type of player, can sometimes create something from nothing and exciting situations, but him against deep blocks does not work whatsoever. And I feel like, and I noticed a lot lately with him, is that, he's very, very left footed. We know that. I feel like sometimes he tries to force the other way, with his right. He did that quite a few times yesterday, where like instead of actually going with his left foot, he'd like force the unpredictable route with his right. But yeah, it's just very inconsistent player. But we know this, and yeah, that's just him in a nutshell. So, and there are so many times yesterday where like there was an opening, you're like, okay, let's just cross it in. Either the cross is poor, or he takes too long and everyone becomes offside. So yeah, decision making needs to improve, but he's still 22. Hopefully, he can grow into something better.
Yeah.
Because the potential is there. So,
do you guys believe it will improve, or is it?
I think decision making. Sorry.
No, like, or is it too much to improve?
I think the main issue, I think once the decision making gets better, and I think that's the one thing you can get better with experience. I believe once that gets better, he will play really good. But I don't know when. I don't know if it's 4 years from now. I don't know if it's 20 games from now. I just don't know personally. So
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he could be one of those players that just suddenly explodes and has like insane output, but I can't see that for now because there's something about him that's like very intrinsically hard to, because once you play a certain way and learn how to play that way as you're growing up, it's hard to unlearn it. And he plays with his head down a lot. So, and I feel like that's why sometimes he misses like all the obvious pass or like all the good decision. So if he can somehow like just come out of that, sky could be the limit for him. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe he'll have a great season. Maybe he'll have a similar season to last season. Maybe he'll have a poor season and we'll regret signing him. So either thing is an option with him. He's as unpredictable of an outcome as he is on the pitch. So yeah.
I have my doubts. Someone says football IQ. I kind of agree with that. Like you can work on that. I get, but I think throughout 90 minutes throughout the season it's gonna show, and at one point you will get replaced. That moment where he carried the ball from our own half basically up to the, I don't know where he was running with it. Jonathan David could have played Jonathan David in 10 times and refused to do that. I mean, that's just like why? Like I don't get it. It was that bad that even Tudor came out and he actually echoed what we said. He said like decision making, the movements, and just releasing the ball a bit quicker at times. Needs to improve. But we've been saying it since, I don't know, October. Like we have been saying this, and it's not improving. So for me, it's very frustrating. It really is. We desperately need a backup slash somebody who's going to challenge him. Otherwise, he's just going to carry on, in my opinion. Because Miretti, I see people say Miretti shouldn't be playing in that position. Nico, I mean, oh my God, McKennie, like those are not options you should be playing in those positions. So there's no real option at this. In the first half, remember? I think it was close to the first half. Somebody played him in on the right hand side and he just walked it out of bounds, like for no good reason at all. And I'm like, what is this? And he dribbles into people, he forced things. I don't know, man. I'm not a fan. I wasn't a fan when we signed him. But I was like, okay, it's a loan. And then I've watched and I like, we need to pay another 32 million. And the excuse cannot be, who else are we going to sign? Who else? It doesn't mean we should be throwing away money. Like now, if PSG says 70 million, who else? Well, nobody else. Then if it's 70 million, nobody else. At that point, yeah, Milik, Vlahovic, it is, but you don't throw away the money just because, well, who else? Who else? That's the club's job. Scouting. I don't know. That's not me as a fan. Who else? That's a club. That's a club. All I can say is that's not it for 42 million on a consistent basis. I hope he picks it up, obviously, but right now I'm skeptical about it. I really am. I'm not the biggest fan. I'm not the biggest fan because I just don't see the improvement at all.
Not alone.
I don't see where the improvement is coming.
I kind of disagree with the Miretti thing because that's where he played at Genoa last year. Miretti, he was kind of on the wing and then he came inside, and so
I know, but I don't have the way we play. I don't have that feeling that he can do that job.
Yeah, I get that as well. I'm with you on that too.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know.
I still trust kind of Miretti. I think he still have a high ceiling, and I just want to see him play. And let's hope.
I agree with that, but the way we want to play, like I don't know. I don't see that. It's gonna look different then either way. But I think we just need somebody else. Also on Yildiz side, we have nobody else. If he's out, then what are we going to do? Like what is the plan? I don't know what the plan is. Is it Not even like I think Azic will play for the next gen again this season. I think like if Yildiz goes down and we get Kolomani, it will be Kolomani and David up top. We will move things around. I think it will be something like that, in my opinion. But we will see. We will see how that will go. Last question before we wrap it up. Maybe not Genoa, because I don't think it's going to. Norbert is gone. Okay. Maybe not Genoa, because maybe that's a bit too soon for it to happen. But let's say Inter, after Genoa happened, Inter, will Koopmeiners start against Inter? So after the international break, and Locatelli be benched? Because he got subbed early and he wasn't happy, and he played well Koopmeiners again in that position. I think that's going to be his position. So do you think against Inter we will see Koopmeiners start over Locatelli?
I don't think so, no. I think it might be too soon. I think we eventually might see that more on a regular basis, maybe a month into the season or so. But I don't know. My thought process is that Locatelli is like the main captain, and I'll obviously, like, you should play based on merit, but I just, realistically don't see it happening. So I see Locatelli starting against Genoa and Inter. So we'll see. But I think Koop is still going to come in for him quite a bit in that position. So we'll see how that goes, because we have only one sample size on this potential swap in the 11. So we'll see how that goes.
Hi.
Hello.
So I think, I agree. I think Locatelli will start.
Oops.
Oh, oops. So Locatelli will start, I think, as well. Although Koopmeiners showed that where he needs to play is exactly that position instead of Locatelli. So I think it's good. Finally, we have a position where it's not 100% who will start. So
yeah, it's a good headache to have in a way, because like if you have two players that are good in that position, then it means you have quality in that position. So yeah, but I mean, it's kind of frustrating because like we knew like all of last season Koop was not a 10 and he kept playing as a 10, and the 1 or 2 times he played as a 8, he looked way better. So maybe him as a 6 is the way. So
hey man, he didn't play well because when he played as a 10, he had the flu. Okay.
My God, he had the flu like 10 times last season. Someone needs to check.
I think he was patient 0 for something. Otherwise, it makes no sense.
Yeah, so he needs an immunologist in his house, probably.
Oh my God! But we will see. I agree. I think it's too soon for Tudor to do that, but I wouldn't be surprised if it actually does.
I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, I feel like it's a sub we're gonna see quite often in the next few weeks, maybe.
Yeah, if he doesn't like either Loka or Thuram, then Koopmeiners goes in fast.
Yeah, exactly. He's like next in line in that midfield anyway. So
yeah,
we'll see. Like Malik said, if there's competition, and finally we have something. Where's the offensive playmaking if we play Loka, Thuram, Koop? Yeah, I don't think we're saying all three.
Yeah,
I think like.
Oh, the comment above.
2 of the 3. Oh, the comment above there. Okay.
Yeah.
No, we cannot. We still miss an attacking midfielder, right? Like we still miss that.
Yeah.
The club wants O'Reilly. I don't believe. Like I think.
Yeah.
Last question, and then we will wrap it up. What do you think is going to happen still in the market? Because it feels. Yeah, it feels.
Kolo comes in, and Dusan last day goes to Milan, and that's it for now. That's I think it's gonna happen.
I think we're gonna get Kolo, Vlahovic leaves, and Zagrova comes in.
Okay.
That would be cool, honestly.
I hope Nico goes, because then someone has to come.
Oh yeah, and Nico Gonzalez leaves, because we're only gonna get Zagrova if Nico Gonzalez leaves.
That's a lot of pieces that need to fall into the right place in the next
Yeah, within the
6
next
days.
7 days. So like, buckle up.
No, I'm not gonna buckle up.
Buckle up.
I'm not gonna do that. But we will see. We will see in the next 6 or 7 days what will happen. But yeah, Douglas Luiz is out. We were gonna replace him. Nothing happened. So why would I need to believe something is going to happen? That's how I'm viewing it. But we'll see. I can be completely wrong, and tomorrow it can all pop off. But I've also said that I think 20 times since the second week of July, and here we are. But it is what it is. We're gonna wrap this one up. We won. We still have a transfer window to worry about. I'm glad it's over next week, so I don't need to. It is what it is. We will bring it up, but it is what it is, I guess. And then we can just talk about football and the games we have to play. Thursday is the draw. I think at 6:00. Like Brussels time or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Okay. So 6:00 Champions League draw. We will see who we will get in that draw. It doesn't really matter, in my opinion. Who we get, we will play. But it's always fun to know who we're going to face starting. I think the third week of September it is, or the second week of September is the first Champions League game, if not mistaken.
It's like the first midweek after the international break. So
okay,
yeah. So I think after the Inter game is our first Champions League game, I think.
So you just need to hope you get, I don't know, Slavia Bratislava or something like.
Are they even there? I don't know.
And I don't know. I just call the team, or you can get PSG away, and that works as well, I guess. But yeah, people, thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you haven't liked the video. Subscribe to the channel as always. If there's no breaking news, I will not be live tomorrow. I will be live Thursday 100%. That's a call-in show, and maybe Wednesday. We'll see. But yeah, thanks for watching, and good night.